For 20 years, I was constantly reminded that this is her house and I could leave anytime I want, and I did.
For 20 years, Robert Earl has had his cake and eaten it too. But now, the bakery's closed.
The mistress for 14 years?
Yes.
Is she right? Have you had a mistress off and on for the last 14 years?
No, I have not had no mistress.
You're not going to tell me that you don't have a woman somewhere?
Well, you know, Your Honor, yes, I do have.
All right.
Okay.
Now, after 20 years of marriage, Yolanda Clayton says she wants Robert Clayton to pay her spousal support in today's session of Divorce Court.
All rise. Court is now in session. Judge Maybelline Ephraim presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is the matter of Yolanda Clayton versus Robert Clayton. And I'm advised that after 20 and a half years of marriage, that is ending in divorce?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why after 20 and a half years, Mrs. Clayton?
Well, after Robert having a mistress for the last 14 years, the distrust,
To say the least, a mistress for 14 years?
Yes.
Is that right, Mr. Clayton?
No, that's not right.
Oh,
Your Honor.
okay. That's what you say.
I mean, that's what she's saying.
All right, let me finish hearing what she has to say.
There's a lot of things Robert has done through the marriage. The mistress was in 86, again in 96. On top of all other things, the doctor, I was in a car accident. The doctor put a 48-hour watch on me. He left and went to a basketball game, didn't come home till 6:30 the next morning.
So there's a little insensitivity, you think?
A lot of insensitivity.
It's no
So
insensitivity.
how did you put up with that for 20 and a half years? Why was it okay all of that time?
Well, I have a child by Robert. We have a son together, our son.
And how old is he?
He's 18 now.
Oh, so you were waiting until he became an adult?
No, I was trying to work the marriage out, hoping that he would wake up and see what was going on, but he continued to do what he does. He's been having his cake and eat it too, but I'm ready.
So what was the last straw?
The last straw was in January. I was working at my job, and he called me, and I told him that they were giving me a bunch of flack and that I wanted to quit and he says, well, I got your back. Go ahead on and quit. Well, I quit, and when I quit, he left a week later, and he hasn't been back. Come on, Robert. Come on now.
So in other words, you think he set you up to quit, to leave you dry with no money, with no income, and then just left you?
No, Your Honor, I'm still paying her, you know, taking care of the household, okay?
$400?
Yolanda,
Did you leave, or let me hear from you?
no, I did not leave. I was still there in the household at that time. You know, every day she comes home and says, I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of working here. I'm tired of this. I said, Yolanda, well, why don't you just quit then? You know, just quit, and, you know, hopefully when you quit a job that you have another job in mind that you're going to go to. But she just stayed home.
Your Honor.
And how long did she stay home?
Till now.
Your Honor.
And so what was your response to her staying home?
Well, are you going to find another job? You know, I mean, you can't stay home and not look for a job. I said, Yolanda, are you going to be looking for a job? And her reply was, yes, I am. But as time goes on, she still hasn't found another job.
So you decided to leave because she wasn't going to work?
No, my defining point was in February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Valentine's Day.
Yes, ma'am. Valentine's Day, I said, you know what? It hasn't been going right. I'm going to try to make this right, okay? We had some passes to go to the movies. I said, okay, I'm going to get off work early, pick Yolanda up, you know, go to the movies, and then maybe have dinner. So I come home. Yolanda was a little late. We get dressed. We go to the movies. She goes, on the way to the movies, she goes, hold on, I got to stop and pick up a friend of mine. I go, pick up a friend of yours? Today is Valentine's Day. Here's some girl that she just barely met, but she's tagging, you know, bringing her along with us to the movies. And I'm going, well, wait a minute. Now, this is Valentine's Day. Here I want to try to make this right. And here you bringing in another person.
Make it right after 15, 16 years, 17 years?
Yolanda, but sometimes it takes a while, okay? Maybe I'm that type person, okay?
Well, now, that's an understatement, a while. 15 years?
Yes, I'm just, you know, it's been off and on you know.
Well, is she right? Have you had a mistress off and on for the last 14
No,
years?
I have not had no mistress
Well, maybe you
off
don't
and on.
call her that. Have you had a chick on the side?
I had no chick on the side all them
Come
all
on,
them years.
Robert.
You know.
Come on.
Well, how many of those years did you have one?
Probably in the first 5 years of what she's saying or something like that.
And now it's all over.
Well, it always has been over. But you know what? I was constantly, you know, this was constantly being thrown in my face all the time. You know, it's like constantly like her house. You know, I've been living in her house. She says, well, this is my
What do you mean
house.
her house?
That's what I'm trying to say. For 20 years, I've been living in her house, okay? And she said, this is my house.
It was our house.
No,
until
no,
you
no.
had the
Your
affair.
name's on that house, Yolanda.
Yes,
My
it
name
is.
is not. Your
And
name
why
is on.
isn't your name on it?
Because
Thank you very much.
I had the property. It was my sole and separate property before I married him. I had 2 children before I married him, Your Honor. And when I do leave this world, I hope to leave them something.
I raised
So when
her
you
2
when you
kids.
married your husband and he moved into the house, did you constantly remind him that it was your house?
No.
Yes, you did,
No,
Yolanda.
I
you
did
constantly
not.
reminded
Not
me,
until you
this
had
is
that
your
affair with
house.
that woman, and
you
and
can
when you
leave
left.
anytime. This is your words. This is your house.
And
this
Your
is
Honor,
my house. You can leave anytime you want. And I did.
And when was that?
Probably about 4 months ago.
Yeah, but in the meanwhile, so you're saying this affair that you had occurred in the first 5 years of the marriage.
Yes.
So over 14 years ago, it occurred.
Yes.
And it ended during that
Yes.
same time.
no, it
and it
didn't.
hasn't resurfaced.
No, it hasn't.
And it didn't
resurfaced.
continue off and on during the last 14 years.
No.
So what evidence do you have and what makes you think that it's continued?
Your Honor, if I knew he was going to say that, I would have my mother here. I operated a business, and when he said I quit my job, I quit my second job. I have 2 jobs, okay? I had 2 jobs, and I quit one of my jobs. I still had a job when he said I was supposed to be looking for work. I still had another job.
So one was full-time and one was part-time?
Yes.
And how do you know that he's still dealing with this other person that you're accusing him of?
She has written me letters. How about her coming into the video store? When we came out to the video store with the children.
That was
You
so
own the
long.
video store?
No,
No,
we were
okay.
coming
That was
out of
so
the
long
video
ago,
store,
Yolanda,
and
that
she
is-
comes out and says, now, I told you I'm still here, and she told me the only reason why he was with me is because I own my own home and that they could have more money to do what they wanted
yeah,
to do
right.
with.
If he stayed with you?
Yes.
Because you helped pay some of the bills over there.
Yes, I helped pay a lot of the bills.
And did you believe that? Did you buy into that?
No, I tried to, I know the other woman. You know, she's like, she'll do anything to get your man. Robert Clayton was my husband. I tried to make the marriage work.
When divorce court continues.
Well, you know what I hear the problem in this marriage is, after 20 years, is still mine. You guys never became one.
Exactly.
If you would like to have the judge hear your case in divorce court, call us toll-free at 1-800